Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening. We really appreciate you giving up some of your spare time to listen to the oh, wonderful Charlie. Charlie, I believe this is your first webinar on your
Yes.
own, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're very lucky and very privileged to have Charlie to be our best guest speaker this evening.
Okay. For starters, this is me, so I'm going to start my little guitar intro. Tonight, I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world turning inside out, yeah, floating around in ecstasy. So don't stop me now. Don't stop me, cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. Boom. Thought that would give a little bit of thumbs up for everyone. um, okay, for the first section about me. My name's Charlie English. I'm an actor. I play music, as you just witnessed. I'm also a dad. I've been a dad for 3 years now. I've been diagnosed with autism at the age of 12. 12. Before that, I was diagnosed originally as Asperger's, but somehow it morphed into autism. Um, my main interests are acting. I've been interested in acting since I was 6. My first experience on stage was when I went to see a pantomime. I can't remember what the pantomime was, but they brought me on stage, and I met the actor who was meant to be like the silly one who was trying to get all the be all silly for the kids, and he gives out the goodie bags. But I remember the audience being completely dark. I couldn't see them, white light, and this guy on my face trying to get me to say something, and I can't really speak because I was non-verbal. Um, and I sort of remember him trying to play, I think it was the Music Man, and I think I just did the instrument thing without really knowing what's going on. I vaguely remember it. Um, yeah, and so that's where my interest came thing. Music was also one of my interests. My whole family played a lot of types of music throughout my childhood. There were a lot of grime music, there were a lot of pop music. I remember Shaggy being played a lot in my childhood in the living room. It was played quite a lot, and I think I kept saying it. Can I listen to it over and over again? So I always had it on some experience. My first live performance on Sing Music Live was when I went to see the Tweenies, and yeah, that was my favorite song. So I was like, no, it's favorite group when I was like a little boy, and I was like really mesmerized by the stage lighting and everything. But when I got older, I just wanted to learn to. I got more interested in music. I started playing guitar. I started playing guitar when I was like 14, but I stopped learning and I went on to stopped learning from a professional learner. And at the age of um, um, then I went to, when I was 16, my mum got my first instrument, and then I started playing music and learned all on my own just by being in my room and being all. I've got a little girl. She's quite cheeky, very funny, and all that. She's very um, very opinionated. She can get a bit of a temper. I can literally hear her having a bit of a temper tantrum right now. But that sort of happens. But she's very funny. She's just started doing ballet. She's doing ballet for 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, and she's very very great. Um, but yeah, acting and music has always been my sort of escapism from reality. So it always been like my interest. So yeah, that's sort of thing. So I'm going to start with the questions. What's your favorite Shaggy song? My favorite Shaggy song was Angel. It's a Just Call Me Angel. No, hold on. No, it might not be that one. It might be It Wasn't Me. You know, that one's my favorite from the Shaggy. I remember playing that quite a lot. It wasn't me. Still banging on the sofa. It wasn't me. I remember that one. You mean Tweenie Todd from Max, age 15, who's autistic and doing acting course? Oh, that's really cool. No, there was a TV show when I was back in the 90s and early 2000s. It's called The Tweenies. Um, you had people in costumes. One who's got like an orange mask, purple mask. Well, they're not masks. They're actually like big helmets, and it's for aimed for little like toddlers and all that. And I remember being like mesmerized. Um, did you find theatre a sensory overload at first? Um, when I was were you in did you find a not really actually. When I was in there, it was a bit of sort of like quite nerve-wracking, but I wasn't really nerve-wracking when I first went on that stage when I was 6. When I was 14, that's when my first stage experience. I was when I was on stage, it was a bit more like bit nerve-wracking, but it was sort of like building up. So yeah. Can you tell me anything about you being non-verbal? Yeah, I was a bit I will talk about that, but I will go about that a little bit later. How did you view the world when you were non-verbal? What made you decide to become verbal? That was actually quite a difficult one because because I have no idea when I started talking. I think I just got started being more articulate when I got later on, and I remember watching a lot of DVDs, and it always had subtitles on, and I kind of remember learning how to reading that. But I think I got a bit more articulate from that, maybe something from films. So yeah. So I'm going to go to the next slide now. History through my diagnosis. When I was when I was little, I was quite quiet boy. I was non-verbal. I was stopped talk was a bit like hold on. Let me do this quick. What DVD did you watch? DVDs. To be honest, to be honest, Alice, I would answer that, but I don't think we have enough time because I had too many. But yeah, but I'm going to start this. Problems with diagnosis. I was very quiet child, being non-verbal. I always had trouble of making eye contact. I couldn't read the room. If you told me something straight to my face, I can be a bit literal at the time. One time, my fiance was going to see Matilda, the musical, with her friend, and said to her she'd never seen it. And I said, "Yeah, you have, because she's seen it 3 times with me." And yeah, she didn't see it, and then she did. She told her, didn't say it, and I said, "Yeah, you have." Everyone a bit awkward, and they were like, "You didn't read the room." So it's kind of like that sort of thing. Um, but yeah, school's always been difficult for me. People seem to have more were the children in my class were more advanced. They were able to do stuff and communicate and all that, so they were more advanced. So because of that, when I was in primary school, or when I was in whatever year 1, I was held back. So everyone in my class was like up ahead, and because I was held back, I was learning a bit more. I wasn't just not as developed as talking, being more aware, and because of that, I skipped and after like a year of being in that same class, I skipped a year, so I ended up from in year 1 to year 2. So yeah, skipped a year. Um, with my autism, I'm kind of like misinterpret what people are saying to me. So like it might have to take me a few minutes for us to when we're having a conversation. It might take us a few moments to actually talk. So yeah. Um, Okay, I'm going to start with another questions. Just one more question because this one's here. Oh no, we're going to do that afterwards, aren't we? Sorry, delayed from school compared to the other children. My development in speech and communication, everything was delayed. So yeah, that was done. So I was held back. I couldn't keep up with the other children. Then the struggles for my life. Communication has always been difficult. I couldn't speak. So when I had trouble when I got in trouble with the head teacher on my first school, They locked me into he locked me in this woman, yeah, sorry, locked me in this room to get me to talk, trying to get me to communicate, to get me to say sorry to her, like keep an eye contact, and I couldn't do it. I was very quiet. I was like this. I just couldn't speak, and she locked me in there for like quite a while until I was able to do it at some point. Don't know how long, but that was it. I was bullied quite a lot. I was tripped over quite a lot. You know, I was like, you know, I remember back at school we used to have a speech and language therapy, and every time I had to do my registration, go down a corridor, and I just got tripped over all the time. And one point, I think I've been vocal about it, and then the teacher would feel like, "Are you sure isn't just stretching?" So it's like, and I'm sitting there thinking, why am I getting tripped over and over? And he was just stretching, because that's happened like every single day. And I was only like, what was I? Might been like 9 years old, maybe 8. So yeah, it's been like constant. Back at school, my secondary school, because I wasn't as well developed and all that, I had a another head teacher who he was not really he wasn't really much of a head teacher. I think he started out as a builder or something, because that's what my mum said. But he got the job because of his wife, because she was a history teacher, and because she was a history teacher, he able to get through. And sorry, I just got a message from someone on Facebook. Someone, my auntie, she can't get in apparently. But yeah, she was struggling to. Sorry, my daughter's like screaming. But yeah, because of that, my head teacher, he got the job because of her, and he said to me that I wouldn't amount to much, wouldn't go to do well in college or university, and it's sort of like a bit of okay. So I'm not, but it's sort of like a bit of issue, because that's what it is. Okay, and sorry, I could still hear her screaming. That's my little girl. She's trying to get me to say hi to her. But yeah, my head teacher was just getting it. So yeah. Uh,
Charlie, if you want Holly to come in, just to say hello, it's absolutely fine.
yeah, I think because we're on a break, I'll bring her in a bit afterwards.
Okay, no
Yeah.
problem. Whatever works for you, Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I'm going to start with the questions now. Okay, you're doing amazing. From Carolina, you're doing amazing. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. Not a problem. It's not a problem. Um, what was I struggling with communicating? I think it's just that I was just a bit more delayed than everyone else, so I couldn't. So every time someone's talking, I'm never really able to catch up. I still can't catch up now. I just sometimes when I'm having a communication, people go, yeah, 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 of course, but I'm never actually grasping what they're saying. So yeah. What do you say to the head teacher now? I think I know what you say. I would say get stuffed. Really, there's nothing I could say to him. They would change anything. I just think he's an absolute tool. But I'm happy. But I just think just get stuffed. That's what I'd probably say to him. He's a rude man anyway. Alice, did the counselor help you get through your problems at school and at home? I have no idea. I have no idea, to be honest. So after did you see an Emmerdale actor on Celebrity Mastermind? No, I haven't. I haven't
That's a
really watched.
question from me, Charlie. And
Yeah.
I think, if anyone hasn't seen it, I really strongly urge people to try and find it on iPlayer, because it is exactly what you're saying about that processing
Mm,
delay, that processing, the struggles of the too much information coming in and not being able to work it all out and put it all in the right sequence. Because there's an actor on Emmerdale, I can't remember his name, but he's been on so many things lately, and he plays a neurodivergent character actually in Emmerdale itself. um, and he was on Celebrity Mastermind over Christmas, and we only watched it a couple of weeks ago. And the format with Mastermind is quite intense, Charlie. Have you seen the Mastermind with all that, how they sit in the chair and they fire these questions at you.
Yeah.
Um, and it was just they sent these they asked him these questions where the actual question was right at the very end of all of this information that, thank you, Shireen, the character's Lewis. They send all this information that was completely irrelevant to the question, and it completely bombarded, and you could see he was actually overloaded, and he was trying to laugh it off, but it made me so upset, and just what you're saying there just resonates so deeply, because I think they should have made those adjustments.
Yeah.
And I think that's really sad. And yeah, I think I can probably speak for the majority of us on here, is that, you being locked in a cupboard
Not in the
is
cupboard, it
just
was in the
not
office.
in the office, but you being locked somewhere to
Yeah.
make you speak in itself is just, yeah. And I think we all would like to have those people in a room and
Mm.
tell them what we think of them, don't we? But yeah, please, by all means, carry on. I can also see that there are some inappropriate comments in the meeting chat, so please ignore them, Charlie, and move past them. Okay, and I'm going to try and deal with that now.
No.
Charlie, did you want to carry on with section 3, or did you want to have a break? Is there anything else you wanted to add, or anyone
Oh,
else that wants to
I
add
thought
any
you've got a
questions?
question. I thought I should let you. But yeah, I'm
Oh,
nearly
that
done
I can see
with
one
it.
there from Sarah and Kevin. What's your opinion and experiences on autism and Asperger's being under the same umbrella?
I don't really actually have much of an opinion about it at all. I think it's quite interesting. Um, but I never really thought about it. To be honest, I never really think about it about a lot of things really. But from Alice's son Max. Oh, um, um, but yeah, no, I didn't really think anything of it actually. I mean, they're literally like there's certain low similarities between Asperger's and autism, but there's key things. But I never really but no one really asked me it, and I never really thought of it. It's kind of an interesting thing actually. Can you memorize music and then play it? Um, um, what's the difference between the two? That's a question. Ruby, I have no idea to be honest. I've got autism and I can't tell the difference to be honest. Sometimes I know there's because what's so interesting about Asperger's and autism is is that they're quite similar in some ways. Can you memorize music and play it? I can. This is from Sheeran, um, from one of his new music, and I can remember remember doing stuff like this. But yeah, that's literally about it. But I can sort of remember them. Sometimes I can't, sometimes I can. But do you think autism helped you with your obsession on to self-learn and how to play guitar and other interests of yours? Yeah, I do actually. I do think it helps me a lot. Helps me, because it helped me quite a lot. And I'm going to explain why in a different section. But yeah, it does. And I think we can stop there and have a bit of a break. I'll ask one question before I start. When did you transfer to SEN education for mainstream? I think my mother answered that one.
Yes, she has. She's given us an essay, which is
Yeah, I
fantastic.
noticed.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I don't think as much as they're saying, "Oh, bless his heart." He used to ask all the time and everyone and everything what was thinking. Oh yeah, I used to do that when I used to watch TV or something. I wound up asking people, "What is he thinking? What is he thinking? Why is he doing that? What's he thinking?" I'm doing that. And apparently, he drove everyone up the wall, and I wonder why. But I used to kept asking. It could be literally that what something happening on EastEnders. What's he thinking? What's he thinking? What is Phil Mitchell thinking? And I go around and then it's be like non-stop. It would drove literally everyone up the wall. uh, but yeah. So
I think I'm just going back up through the questions. Where are we?
Even what is the room thinking? That's my mother's.
Yeah. Have we? I don't think we've asked this one. When did you feel you made your first friend or friends? Have we?
Oh, when
Have
I
we?
made my first friend of
Yeah.
oof, wow. I think I kind of saw. I think that my first friend would have been my mate Ashley. We went to the same secondary school together. No, we went to the same first school together. We didn't really chat until more often when we went to the same taxi together. We went same school, same taxi to go to school. We didn't really talk much, but I think we went to secondary school and started talking more, and we became best friends. And we've been like joined to the hip. We always I always wind him up, and he complains and all that, and it was sort of like a little that sort of friendship. We were like brothers, sorry, like that. He now moved to Hull. I don't, so he's now over there, but that's um, so I haven't spoken to him in years because he moved up there now. But yeah, we were like inseparable at the time. Um, so yeah,
Okay. There was another lovely comment here as well. It said, no questions. I'm just amazed that non-verbal little Charlie could become the Charlie of tonight. What an inspiration. I'm a mum of a non-verbal boy, and this webinar gives me so much hope and direction. Isn't that wonderful, Charlie?
yeah,
Yeah, I think that resonates so deeply with all of us. And it just shows that anything's possible, isn't it?
yeah.
Absolutely. So no, that's fantastic. Let's just see if we've got anything else here before we move on. Um, yeah, there's a lot of love coming in for you. That's brilliant. Okay. Right, Charlie, did you want to carry on then?
Yeah.
I'll just go off mic again. And I'll go. And again, just for those that have just joined us, because we did have some people join while you were away.
Hmm.
Um, the we are still recording, and we have the chat box open, so please put messages in and Charlie will pick them up when he feels that he can answer them. Um, and yeah, we'll go through section 4, and then if you need another little break, Charlie, just let us know. Okay,
Okay.
over to you.
Yeah. Um, I just literally learned this recently before we yeah. Anyway, how I am able to okay, my improvements over the years. How I am able to express myself. Well, performing has always been my escapism. Always been my escape from reality. Always getting to it's my way of communicating. Even playing video games or watching TV was always my way to escape the what was going on around me. Um, but so yeah, that's sort of how I express myself. And when I started college, I've met people who have similar interests as me. I was able to express myself more creative and all that, and started being more open. My communication was or it was already developing quite decently when I went to secondary school, and now I was able to communicate, have a good, enjoy everyone's company, and have a good laugh. Um, and because through that, I was able to meet my fiance, who I've been with since I was 16. We met at a canteen. I had a packet of crisps. She was talking to all my friend and all of her friends who were at the table because they were my mate and my fiance were in the same course together. And what I've done is that I had a packet of crisps, blew it, popped it, scared everyone, and my fiance jumped, and she was with her boyfriend at the time, and I think I've got her quite interested in me from that moment on. Well, that's what she says to me, that that I sort of caught her attention because I just sort of made her laugh on that day. So yeah, I think through that I wouldn't have been able to do that. So yeah. Um, how my autism helped me as an individual. With my autism, it helps me to think differently. I like spending time doing things on my own anyway. So if you actually give me something to do, I'm happy to sit here, fiddle around with it, and then just figure out how to do it. For example, with music, you know, after I was 16, I started to play guitar on my own, and then just started doing things like this.
Charlie, we can't
Yeah.
hear the guitar at the
Oh,
moment. I don't
aren't
know
you?
whether you need to. Have you got that button switched on?
No, it's definitely not doing that. But you know what? I just started doing stuff like that anyway. Like started messing around, just doing all that stuff. Can you hear that? You know what? I just started doing stuff like that. Um, and by doing that, I started learn myself a bit more. Start concentrating. For example, I was like in my own little world as soon as someone just said that, you know. So thank you for snapping me out of it. Um, and because of that, I was able to concentrate on learning how to play the actual chords. You know, A minor, C, B, D, F, and
Yeah, we can hear that now, Charlie.
yeah,
That's great.
yeah. And because of that, I was able to do that. And so yeah, and I could literally just stay in my room and do stuff like this all the time. What's your? I'm going to start doing. Hold on. How much have I changed over the years? I feel like I definitely changed. I feel like I've been more determined and more focused, and to follow my dreams. I was able to open up and willing to do new things. For example, this. You know, I don't think I've ever talked about myself as much as before like this. I'm now a father. You know, that's new. No, you know, that's never been around before. Um, like I said, to a beautiful, very talented, you know, very beautiful, talented, very opinionated girl, little girl. You know, and despite my struggles, because of that, I think it made me feel more independent and to face more stuff that I struggle every single day. Being a dad was always like the best thing that ever happened to me. Um, when I told when my first told me she was pregnant, I was like sort of in a daze and sort of like started laughing and all that. But since it sunk in, it sort of made me shifted me a little bit, made me a bit more level-headed, and I think it made me more mature. I'm still a bit immature right now, and I yeah, but that's me. And yeah, so questions. What flavor crisp? It was Space Raiders. It was I think it was Onion thing, Space Raiders, and so yeah, it was that. It was quite nice. What did you feel when followers on Instagram realized you have autistic from the webinar promo? Um, it was like because when I'm doing acting, yeah, I you know when I meet people and all that, I don't really mention it unless it's very important. So when I'm doing things, I don't really say that. Um, I don't really say that, and I just sort of keep it to myself and just do it and then just see what they think of me. Um, but when it was posted and someone said, "Oh, I didn't know you were autistic" and all that, I found it quite interesting. You know, and how on because usually I'm just saying things how I am myself, and instead of me being now, you know, so like I just find it quite interesting. Um, I'm I'm 54 and I'm immature. Best way to be. Yeah, that's what I was told. I think there's a line. I think I heard somewhere saying, "There's no point of being grown up if you can't be childish." Sometimes I can't remember who said that though. I don't think we should ever grow up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Peter Pan. Did Peter Pan say that? Huh, that's interesting. Um,
Yeah, he
anyway,
was the little boy that never grew up.
yeah, he did say that. Yeah. Anyway, now to my next bit. What I love about my life. Okay, as you can see, there's these photos. I think I've lit them up a lot better than I had before. Um, uh, uh, Basically, the one on the top left, that's from the TV show called The Hack. This is like my first TV experience, TV role experience. It was like mesmerizing because I was literally I was like I was in this little bit in London. There's all these tables and chairs, cameras on the left, cameras on the right, cameras at the back, and there's like everything, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's very full on." Um, and I get to see one of my favorite actors there called David Tennant. I didn't really speak to him, but he was very quiet. It was like literally just going through his lines doing this. And I was literally watching it and I go like literally like glued into it. So yeah. Um, the one on my right was from it's top right. This is from the course that I'm doing at Actors Cafe in Watford. I think someone in our audience is in is here to watch it. Don't know which one it is. I think I've completely sorry whoever it was. I completely forgotten who it was. But I went through the uh, anyway. But yeah, it's from one of my I done that scene and it's been a part that I've put my got my teeth into. Um, it was like I was playing a character who's like fully upset, fairly depressed, bit having a bit of a row with his wife. It was quite a full-on argument and it's really good. Bottom left is from the is from the play that I did called Bad Girls, and I played a prison officer, and I was being groped a lot, like proper groped. It was quite funny, and made everyone else laugh. But it was yeah. Um, Now on my bottom right, this is from another acting job. This is from the film that I've done called Miller, which is on YouTube. I play Ian Lewis, who was a lawyer, and this is the scene that I got murdered. Spoiler alert. So yeah, so the gift of being autistic, despite all the drawbacks that I've mentioned before, during I think I've developed my own sense of individuality. I like to pretend. I like to, I like to pretend. I like to, you know, like to make music and all that. So I think it helps me be my own little. So when I get something, I actually get my teeth into. Um, I also enjoy the fact that I get to know people that have similar interest in me. So when I actually enjoy people doing these films, I get to meet people that I've enjoyed working with, and also met people at college and I enjoyed working with. It was sort of like I can finally be myself more openly than I would have done before. Um, I like the fact that I'm more determined. I like the fact that I am more ambitious, and I just um, and I like to how everything is. So because of everything, I feel like I've being autistic has been like I can do my own little thing, and it's just sort of how my brain works, and it's great. Now, how do I achieve doing all this, doing where I am at the moment? I went to, I think most of it's been mentioned by my mother, but I'll just go with it. I went to college at Brooklands College and I studied BTEC level 2 and BTEC level 3 of acting. And then I went to uni at Kingston College where I did a level 4 H&C level, where I done my so all that I'd done 4 years, and I studied that. It was study acting, and after that I've left, and I'm now studying at Actors Cafe, which I'm on my final term. I've also been doing filming, as you've noticed. I've been doing plays. I've also, like I said, done some extra job. Um, I've also worked with like a tons of creative people, and I love meeting them. And because, like I said, we get to be explore what we can do and all that. And just recently, just last weekend, I just did a script and we just went through it and we just think about what the character was doing, and it was great. My future, I just want to keep achieving, um keep achieving, just finish my course, get to the future I want, work with more actors, just never to be movies. I don't want to do movies because movies is just like full on. But I just hope to, not movies like Hollywood movies, I want to say. But I would like to just do stuff here in England, maybe do something else, but do theatres, just be happy. I like, and and hopefully to be a good dad for my little girl, and yeah, just make her proud because she makes me proud. So yeah. So yeah, that was my little thing. Now I'm going to answer some questions because there's like loads of them when I was talking about that bit. Let me go. Um, Based on your experience and knowledge, is there anything you would like to tell your friends or parents or other autistic and amazing kids like you to help them get through the initial non-verbal, sorry, it said bond then, non-verbal or early stage? Um, Based on your experience and knowledge, is there anything you would like to tell friends or other autistics and amazing people like you to help them get through? Well, what I could just say is just yeah, no worries, no worries, about that. It's just yeah. What I can say is that just, you know, to the parents, just be patient. You know, I think my mum's more patient, and let's face it, with her who's raising uh 3 boys, and yeah, 4 boys technically, but 3 boys. Um, she's got a patience of a saint, especially once who's got autistic and one who's got ADHD and so forth. So she's like wonders. But I guess you just gotta be patient, just keep them motivated, and just try as much as you can and just do your best. That's I can say to parents, with the children who are autistic like me. I wish I can give you some advice. Just do what you do. Sooner or later, someone's going to get you, and then yeah, and maybe one day you got something to you. Don't try and push what you've got to say, but if you could play a character in any film or play, what would it be? Oh, you're going into a little gargoyle land with that one, because I'm happy with anything. But when people ask that, you've got people who say, "Oh, I want to be Spider-Man. I want to be Hamlet. I want to be all this." I went to college. When I went to university, and we were talking about all what we want to be, everyone else said, "I want to be this and that." I'm sitting there thinking, does it actually matter? Because you can just do what you can do, and then you'd be happy. But it's their choice. I'm not saying they just can't do it. I'm just saying that's what happened. That's a lot of things. Um, uh, do you prefer film or live theatre? Someone asked me that recently today. But and I always said it was a bit of a different taste, because with theatre you're a bit more exposed. You're out there. If you mess up, you mess up, and but it's literally lights and all that. It's a bit more adrenaline. With filming, you've got to be in the moment. You've got to think about these things. And you've got to be like, it's less physical than that, but it's also more mental. It's a bit hard to explain. Um, but it's a different types, and I'm enjoying filming. I do enjoy filming, but I love being in theatre, and I have, it's just one of them things. Is panto something you would like to do? I did panto actually. I've done Aladdin. I played a genie, and I kept saying, "You summoned me, oh master," and all that. And I had gold glitter on my face and all that, and I had this gear and all that. And I fell into a box during that, because there was a box that was set on the side where it's meant to fit on flat, and because of that, done that, cut my leg, and I had to go on to the next stage with my leg that's completely injured. But it was fine. It works. Um, Accidents happen. Um, can we sit down one day and talk about your childhood more deeply, please? Yeah, of course, Anna. Yeah, we can do that. Um, Hold on. It's awesome that you found yourself more comfortable in a role of a parent. That is very and you're very happy to be a dad. What's a refreshing way to hear it? You're welcome. Thank you very much. Um, Sorry, there might be more. Um, if you could act with anyone, who would it be? Or several people? Oh, well, there's loads. I had like loads of like top 5 favorite celebrities. I have David Tennant. I've had Ian McKellen, Idris Elba. Um, so yeah, if I have to go, let's go Idris Elba, David Tennant again, because I would love to work with him, because I didn't. All I did was an extra job, but it was fine. I would love to do that. I would love to work with who would I love to work with? Michelle, David Tennant, Ian McKellen. Um, I would love to work with Michael Caine, because he's like also one of my favorite actors. Which one true fact? My mum, who's been like chatting, used to be his cleaner. True fact again. Yeah, used to be cleaner when I was a kid. Um, and I think I would like to work with Margot Robbie, but that's because she's like Harley Quinn, and she's my fiance actually loves her. uh, My brother's winding me up. Just there's a message there. Ignore him. That's my brother because I did do Gangnam Style at Aladdin. Um, Emma Watson. Yes, Emma Watson. I would love to work with her, but that was more of a crush. I used to have a childhood crush on Emma Watson. Um, she's like, I was like 6 years old. Harry Potter. I was like, moment. Um, the first job he had was in Hersham. Was that Michael Caine we're talking about? I'm just gonna. Anyway, oh yeah. Funny enough, I was gonna. I've got his book, so I'll read that. But that's actually quite interesting. Yeah, yeah, cool. Um, but, um,
Just scrolling through. I think there's a few more in there. Hold on, Charlie. Lorraine and Neil, how did the groping make you feel in Bad Girls? The touching. Are you okay with touching and hugs?
I was just about to get to that one, 'cause I remember seeing that and I was like, oh, I'll wait till the end. Well, obviously it was uncomfortable. And I mean, I don't think anyone would like to be groped in real life. And we can all say, oh, men always want to get groped, want to have girls be all over them. But I think realistically, I was just like, oh, this is very uncomfortable. But at the same time, it was funny. It was great. So I took it under the chin, had a good laugh about it, and yeah, it was just a bit uncomfortable more than anything else. But you know, you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, for the final, I think I should stop there because there's a final shot for everyone. That is my little girl and my fiance, who yeah, it was great. And thank you for having me. And turn this sharing thing off now.
Charlie, that's absolutely amazing. If anyone's got any other questions, please pop them in the chat now. I can see there's one other question again from Lorraine and Neil. Where can we watch your film and TV work? Now, I'm guessing Hacks can be
Uh,
downloaded somewhere, can't
yeah.
it?
Yeah, The Hack is on ITV. It's on ITVX, or you can get it on YouTube. I found out a while ago, but you can watch that. I'm on episode 6, about 4 minutes in, maybe 5, and you can just see me just walking past David Tennant. So yeah, I saw another message. Anna, how do you feel about having your hair cut as a child? Absolute nightmare. I was an absolute nightmare. This is the reason why I have long hair. My mum always goes in there and always have a little hissy fit, so I think I know the reason. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's very common. I think it's very common for people with autism. But when we're going like that, we're just terrible people with it. Um,
Got got to love your mum's honesty, Charlie, haven't we?
yeah.
No? It's fair enough.
Um, how did you? Sorry. What was the next? Any other questions were there? I didn't really see much. Uh,
There's a lot of love coming in
yeah.
for you there, Charlie, isn't it? Beautiful family, you're inspirational. Yeah, inspiration. There we go, Charlie. You've absolutely made a difference to so many people tonight. So I hope you're feeling very proud of yourself.
It
Oh,
was.
there we go. Yeah, see, look, for your brother, there you go. Look, your brother's even saying he's proud of you. That's got to be a big thing, surely.
Yeah.
That's really lovely. That
Oh,
is
my
amazing.
fiance just messaged. Well done, babes. So proud of you.
Oh,
She's saying that, but I bet you she's in there after showing that last bit and all that. I think she's actually crying right now because she's very emotional, and I can hear her laughing.
yeah. Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. Look at all these love hearts and everything. Um, Also for just before Christmas, Charlie participated in a online workshop that we ran as a charity with another previous guest speaker, Ellie Taylor Burr, and our go-to professional, Nicole Goodman, who's joined us tonight as well, talking all about how to get through Christmas with the sensory overload, all of those expectations, the societal pressure that we succumb to. And it was such a success that we said, well, how about we do one in the when the weather gets better, hopefully. Sort of, I think it's penciled in for July, to help support people to navigate those dreaded long summer holidays. So Charlie will be back again to do a workshop, as well. Um, what I wanted, I can see Charlie's poised. I'm going to leave Charlie to. I just got to say a couple more things, Charlie, and then I'm going to leave you to play for the rest, just for a little bit as we're finishing up. I just wanted to screen share a couple of things myself as a charity, because if people want to subscribe to the workshop, then we would love you to get in touch and join us. So, for those that don't know us or have joined us for the first time, um, we are, let's have a look, see if I can find it. It's not loading my other bits and pieces. We are a charity of carers caring for carers. Basically, we run parent peer support groups with coffee mornings, evening meetings, male carers, family events in the school holidays as well. Where are we? Here we go. Right, that's not everything that I wanted to share. Right, let's go on to this one. But if I could just pop this, it's thinking about it. Hold on. It's just the ways that you can contact us. Obviously, you've all booked online. If you've received an email from Tracy, our admin, so you can always contact Tracy. Some of you will have my email address. I've emailed a few of you tonight with a link who are struggling to get in, so you can always drop us a line through that. But here you can see that we have lots of ways for people to get in contact with us, to help offer some avenues of support. You can drop us a line or a text or a call or WhatsApp on our charity phone. We have a public Facebook page, Autism Crawley information page. That's our public one that anyone can follow. That's just where we just put all our general bits and pieces up. But we do actually have a closed Facebook page just for carers as well. So if you put Autism Support Crawley into your Facebook search engine, both of them should pop up. If you see the one that is a request to join, that is our carer only one. We're also on X or Twitter, whichever way you want to pronounce it these days, Autism Crawley, Instagram, Autism Support Crawley, and LinkedIn, Autism Support Crawley, and Threads, Autism Support Crawley as well. And we are now on Blue Sky. We haven't updated this. We're on Blue Sky as well. And we've just crossed over that bridge into TikTok as well. So you'll find us on there as ASE Carer Peer Support. And then we have our website as well. So you can always contact us through the website too. So we are as accessible as we can possibly be. So we want to reach out to everybody to help support as many carers and their families as possible. I can just see Beth put a comment on there, thought it said Nicole Kidman. Unfortunately, it's not Nicole Kidman. She's even better, is Nicole Goodman. She is incredible. So also on your email, Tracy did send over our charity bank details. Obviously, tonight's webinar has been completely free of charge. If you wanted to make a donation, that would be incredibly well received. We'd be very, very grateful. So by all means, just send us a little bank transfer if you can. No problem, Carolina. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate all your comments and questions as well. And I think that's pretty much it for now. I'll hand over to Charlie. If Charlie, once people have once I've ended the meeting, I'm going to stop recording shortly. Charlie, are you okay just to stay on for a couple of minutes? And any of my Autism Support Crawley crew, that would be great. Many thank yous. Okay, thanks for this evening. I hope you've enjoyed it, and look out in your inboxes for our feedback form as well. Over to you, Charlie.
Wingwit will say this. Thank you for watching my thing. Thank you for watching my thing.
Thank you, Charlie.
I literally made it up 2 seconds. But thank you for all coming. I do appreciate it. You're all wonderful, and I hopefully I didn't disappoint.
Oh, you're amazing. Be proud of yourself, Charlie. I'll speak to you soon. If you can just stay on, that'd be great.